What's going on, family? How are you? I hope that you are hanging in there and, staying in your meditation, connecting with your higher self on a consistent basis, right? And consistency is what it is to you, okay? But the more consistent, the better, right? To practice a thing more perfects it well, masters it at least, right? Perfection can be so skewed on what that is and what that means. We're in new moon energy, Gemini. Duality, balance, the war within, right? To go left, to go right, decision-making time, Get clear, be clear, stay clear. Even if it's unclear, don't divert from the mission. Unless you're directed to divert. What is that, plastic in there? That wasn't a bug. That is plastic. Oh, probably from this. No, that was a bug. We're going to tap into the map quest, gain some insights, some direction, some clarity, if you will. Welcome to Oracle Conversations. My name is Natasha. It is a pleasure to meet you, or to see you again, or to see you in the future, past, present. Hello. Hi, how art thou? It has been an interesting time in this big shift since the shift began, right? Moving into the age of Aquarius. And a lot of people, think that it's a certain date or it's a process, right? When the planets move, when we shift and change things, there's always a process of some sort. A rotation of yeses and nos. A rotation of yeses and nos. And what I mean by that is there is always a process for it. For any shift change, change a job, you have to go through the whole new orientation process again. When you sit down and you sign brand new paperwork, you gotta get a new badge, possibly. Picture day for the badge, access codes, new passwords, right? New structures to learn. What one company used to do, the other company don't do. Maybe better benefits from 6 weeks maternity leave to 19 weeks, or having an impeccable policy, changing the names, filling all of that information out again, right? There is always a process. New house, new rental property, there's always process. If you're a landlord or if you're a rentee, there's a process, right? Stepping into the age of Aquarius is a process, and we are having to Put in the work. Now is the time to be putting in the work. Whatever it is you're thinking about testing out, trying, or doing, you should absolutely go ahead and do anything. If it's nothing but maybe buy the domain name, or open up a bank account in the name, get an LLC so that you can have a DBA, get a bank account, and whatever. Just steps, processes. Yep, 60, 90, 180 days. Some of them take longer than others, but just start the paperwork. In some states, it's really hard to register musketeers, but just start the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Just start the paperwork. See what's in the systems. See how the systems connect. See what's beneficial for you in your community and those around you. What steps you can prevent from stepping into the soft spots of the mountain versus the high. Now, I'm no mountain climber, but I'm sure those are things that you consider, right? You think about the people who have accomplished climbing Mount Everest, right? There's things they had to do. They had to study the mountain, weak spots on the mountain, best time of year to do it, things of that nature. If you want to conquer a thing, you should familiarize yourself with it, with how it works, with how it operates, with how it separates. Specifically, as it pertains to you, maybe as a woman, maybe as someone of lettered said community, you know what I'm saying? Maybe someone of non-European descent, maybe someone of differences different from you, right? Just different. You have to consider all the different. Because only being open-minded to one specific thing can be your demise, can be your downfall, can be where so-called failure is shown or executed, right? It is very important in this time that we're in that people who are trying new things, stepping into arenas that they've never stepped into before, remember that you've never stepped into it before. Don't criticize too early, because sometimes we do that. We prejudge. We step into a thing and don't realize that it requires more work than we anticipated. So now a thing doesn't work, or it's no longer useful because this didn't work in 30 days. This didn't work in 60 days. This didn't work in 197 days and 32 minutes and 42 hours like they said it would and should. I did this on the first of the month. By the end of the month, nothing happened. because everything works differently for everyone. And this world that we are in, this experiment, if you will, that we are in, isn't a one-size-fits-all. It isn't a come in, do this, and this is going to work for you. That's not how. You come here to learn the lesson, which means you come to find out. You're here to do research. Don't you understand? Research, knowledge, and move accordingly. But not while downplaying other people or being of disregard. Like, there's no reason to make yourself a villain. You don't have to purposefully make yourself a villain. We need to, I really wish we would unlearn that. Why are you making yourself the op? Anyways. Let's get additional messages from the book. Hope you saw the theme in the numbers 641, 442, 444, 6547 as a butterfly flew by. Beautiful monarch. I like that it's up this high. Okay. I'm on a terrace, by the way, so. Let's start with 6. The mountain. Remember, our Everest. Finding how it operates. You have the capacity to flow around any obstacle. This is the time to adapt. Research, look into, acquire. Sometimes you'll come across what appears to be an insurmountable obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. You might think that climbing it or chiseling away at it is the answer. But why take such a treacherous, tedious approach? Be like the rivers that flow around mountains naturally. You'll move past this obstacle relatively quickly if you choose the easy way around. This is the time to adapt to your circumstances. If you do decide to climb, remember to take one step at a time, opting for the next right action. There is an obstacle to your inquiry. This is not the time to move forward. Wait a while, be patient, and a way around the mountain will be revealed. Pushing forward isn't in your highest good. Don't try to climb too high to grasp the prize that seems out of reach, because it is for now. If you exceed your limits, you'll find yourself tumbling down and you'll get hurt. Remain open to a new possibility rather than stubbornly forging ahead. The duality, right? The duality in the mountain climbing. You will always hear me talk about balance and duality because you need both. You need your survival skills and you need your knowledge that you're acquiring. Things we already know versus the things that we don't know, right? Yeah, it's Mount Everest, but it's not impossible. right? And there may have been more people successful at climbing it than unsuccessful at climbing it. And then people have to desire to climb it too. That's another thing. You have to desire to climb it, and when you need the determination. 41. Unexpected visitors. If you expect the unexpected, you will be prepared for miracles. Detours, surprises, and paradigm shifts. Expect the unexpected, no matter how detailed your plans are and how clear you believe the road ahead to be. There are times when the best plans are waylaid by unforeseen circumstances. At first, detours may seem inconvenient, but a surprise turn of events signals that the adventure of life is beginning to get interesting. No one can plan for the synchronicity, for fate and destiny to meet, except spirit. Who knows what you can't comprehend for now? Life is full of surprises, so stay on the venture you weren't expecting. There is a plan for your life that may not match up with your agenda. Unpleasant news is only unpleasant when you resist accepting what is. Sometimes the thing most desired is kept away from you because it's not for your highest good for you or others. Sometimes there is loss or disappointment due to destiny whose pattern can't be understood yet. Change is something that may be forced upon you, like bad weather that threatens a boat. Adapt to the shift in conditions and think how beautiful the sky will be afterward. Accept what is, and a more fulfilling path will soon be revealed. Remember that if you expect the unexpected, nothing can come as a shock. At the beginning of the video, I stated being open to information, being open to the process. Okay. Just trying to see if the video is still going. I can't tell anymore. It's so bright out here. It feels so good. 4. Spirit of place. Authenticity is the essence of power. Our ancient ancestors believed that every place has a spirit looking after it or embodying it. Just as we have a soul, the plants, trees, birds, mountains, and rivers have their own essences. When the spirit of the place arrives in your reading, it says that the answer to your circumstances, that the answer to your query is in the overarching theme of your circumstances. Is your question about a struggle? The answer is to relax and let go of your need to control the situation. If your inquiry requires the finding love, then embody love rather than long for it. Once you find the essential truth that underlines your questions and then name it, you'll discover the answer you've been seeking. Your greatest power is your authenticity. And you'll hear, well, not all of the influencers, but you hear quite a few influencers say that, or if you listen to people who do the coaching classes on increasing your engagement and algorithm tricks, hacks, tips, and all of that good stuff, right? So, even with that, letting you know that there is ways to gain more through your authenticity. Don't get entangled in the details or desires that obscure the truth of your situation. Step back and ask yourself, what is the real nature of my inquiry? Even exquisitely seductive hidden agendas cannot conceal this. Trust your intuition. The spirit place is whispering in your ear. You hold the power to tell the truth first to yourself, then to the world. You can always distinguish between an essence that is true and one that is synthetic. Be honest with yourself and remain willing to let your situation be revealed for what it really is and not what you want it to be. An apple can't become an orange, just as a dog can never be a bird. Are you trying to change someone or something to suit your agenda? Only when you see things as they truly are, you will find the real treasure. Tell yourself the truth first. Tell yourself the truth first. And here's the thing, I was just telling my sister, even when people expose people only defend themselves because of other people's reactions. Like, you knew what happened. You know what part you played in that. And whether you are dealing with it, either you are dealing with it or dealt with it, but now you have to be bothered because other people are bothered. Other people who really don't matter because you dealt with it in your inner self. That's why a lot of people don't acknowledge when slander comes out about them, or it's like whatever happened, it's been dealt with. So I've either healed from it or I'm healing from it, and how I do that is none of y'all business. Just as long as you're healed, as long as you are attempting to heal or recognize or just acknowledge that part of you, that thought process of you exists. "42, wide open." And I want y'all to look, because look how she just looking off in the distance. You are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities. All manner of opportunities are presented to you at this time. The wide open card is a signal that you're able to truly manifest your dreams and that your goals are in sight. Don't remain small and contracted. Instead, expand your horizons beyond what you believe to be your limitations. Have a unique voice that needs to be expressed in the world. The universe is supportive of the new ideas and approaches at this time. So speak up and speak out. This card is the sign of the maverick who freely roams the wide open space of possibility. Allow for a greater vision to replace old ideas as you dream a grander dream. Oh. Metamorphosis. Oh. That was card under it. Change. The squeeze of the change, right? The theme of the cards, what we've been talking about, adapting to processes, learning something new, new beginnings, right? New start. But new in what way? New in your approach, new in your workspace, new in your financial literacy, new in your looks even. Envy, jealousy, and possessiveness are the character flaws to be careful of at this time. You or someone else is closed off, unable to remain open to new ideas or intimacy. Heed the gentle warning that too tight a hold on what or who you love or what you aspire to will choke the life out of that which you desire. Open your heart and loosen your grip, for what is truly yours can never be withheld from you. If another is shutting down, let that person be. Don't try to force a door or a mind to be open. Don't force a door for your mind to be open. Remember your duality. And remember they are to marry within. Understand the policies, processes, procedures. Look at the paperwork. See how it is. See how much you're being charged fees for doing certain things. At the state level, at the federal level. At all your life's levels. At the corporation that you work at level. Know your ins and outs. Read your employee handbooks. You know, read your 401k plan paperwork. I know your company matching 50%. It don't matter. Look at it. Do a free consultation with somebody about whatever subject matter in their profession. Yeah. It is time for you to understand how things work so that you can maneuver and move properly and execute for your manifestations, darling. Because remember, it's within and then it's without. If you don't know a thing, how can you master a thing? If you have not tried a thing, how can you speak upon a thing? If you have not experienced a thing, how can you... You can have conversations about it, but it's all hypothetical. Nothing is authentic because you haven't had an intimate experience with it. And if not, talk to me about it in the comments. You know, this is a conversation. It is. Absolutely. This is my higher self translating a thing to have conversations with other people about a thing in hopes more of us can connect and assist each other in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion. Because the more of us that are united, the harder it is for the opposition to maneuver. Not saying that they can't or they won't. It just makes it a little harder of a squeeze for them to maneuver. You know? Notifications. I'm like, what is that flashing? Listen, family. Properly prepare yourself. Get organized. Write some lists. Voice memo it. Text it to somebody. Text it to yourself. Email it to yourself. Email, text, flash yourself. Ideas, thought processes on how you are going to maneuver in this world with all that is changing. Make sure you have access to everything. Okay? You don't have to be a millionaire to gain access to things. You just need the proper paperwork. You fill it out, you submit it, and then according to their answer, you can respond from there. Okay? Or you can use whatever thing to acquire some things or to maneuver some things. Right? Your portfolio should be very wide range. It should look like it has ADHD. No offense to any, I promise you that was not a dig. They are the smartest people in the world. And that's the truth. Because it doesn't mean you're disorganized or but you know, I hate that they give these things labels and people categorize them in a way that makes them feel less than, or make it appear that they are less than, because that is clearly untrue. Anyways, but it should be very wide, okay? Have you something in everything. Bitcoin, crypto, and I'm just gonna say this. No, guys, I don't want to say it like that, but they're not welcomed anywhere. But they truly are welcomed anywhere. I don't know. I don't want to say that on camera. But yeah, I get it. All downloads are not for a share. I'm sorry. That was personally for me, I believe. I will. And some will argue, well, you're recording, so you should be sharing. But no. Nope. That's not necessarily true, sir, ma'am, sir. Okay? Namaste.